Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Hello to all SBR students. Hussain Qazi here. A very warm welcome to this SBR March 25 first live session. A very warm welcome to all of you once again. Students, today is 22nd of December and this is our first live session for for March 24 exam support. So at the initial phase of this particular session, we need to set an agenda. So what's the agenda of this particular session? There are 5 core things that we need to cover today. In fact, the 4 points. 5th one is about your questions. You can ask any of the questions related to SBR. The first 4 points are, before starting any preparation, you must have to aware these 4 things. Number 1, what's the schedule and duration of the course? Number 2, what's the course structure? What's the structure of the course will be to execute the course? How to kick a start means how to start our SBR course. What's the important thing that we need to cover or we need to cover initially as a kick start for the SBR course? And the very important point, that's how to invest the time. How to invest the time. What's the right direction to invest your time? So conclusively, these 4 points actually about what's the right direction for the exam preparation of your SBR. So initially, every student must have to aware about the right direction. If you just start a preparation without any direction, or the direction which is not according to the examining team requirement, it's not possible for you to get the success of the exam with the first attempt. So with all these 4 points, actually we will cover or we will discuss the right direction for the execution of the course, for the execution of the SBR syllabus. So let's start. The very first thing is about the schedule. Students, the very important thing, the first one, that's everyone must have to aware that. The first very important thing, that's today is 22nd of December. Your exam schedule, that's your SBR exam, will be held by Thursday, 6th of March. So from now, exactly you can count that you have total 10 weeks. So you need to develop the strategy. You need to play the game for this 10 weeks. And ideally, you must have to develop your mind that the formula should be 8 plus 2. 8 plus 2 means 8 weeks. It's about your exam preparation and practice. Exam preparation and practice. And the 2 weeks, last 2 weeks, 2 weeks before the exam, that's about revision and the mock examinations. By the way, my course consists of 3 mock exams. So I will discuss the thing how the mocks will execute accordingly. So first of all, about the schedule and duration, prepare your mindset that from 22nd of December till the 6th of March, you have to develop the mindset that's 8 plus 2. By the 8 weeks, you need to cover the syllabus. You need to practice the things according to the examiner expectations. And the last 2 weeks is about the revision and the mock examination. So that's the formula you need to develop. That's important. Okay. The another point is about, sir, what should be the course structure? That's very much important. That's very much important. Students, course is based on 3 components. My course is based on 3 components. And in fact, you need to prepare your course based on these 3 components. In fact, these three components is actually your assembly line. You need to assemble your SBR success based on these three components. The number one is about concept building. Concept building. The number two is about practice the exam question with exam techniques. Students, first 2 points. For all ACCA strategic professional exam, you must have to know one very important thing. The variables for the success, if you really wanted to get success of the exam, there are two things important. There are two variables that's important, or you can say the two ingredients that you need to incorporate to cook your SBR exam success. Number one, 100% knowledge. The first thing is 100% knowledge. And number two is about exam techniques. If any of the student is good enough to get all the knowledge, but don't have knowledge about the exam techniques. Exam techniques, for example, how much to write for a certain marks, how to save the time, how to invest and save the time for one question, so save that time and invest for the another question. These are some examples. A lot needs to learn about the exam techniques. The point is that if you don't know about the exam technique but good enough with respect to knowledge, it's not possible to get success of the exam. And the vice versa. You are good with respect to the exam technique but don't have 100% knowledge, you're still not able to get success. So important thing is that during the course you must ask yourself, and in fact we will cover the things accordingly on a weekly basis, that knowledge is important, but simultaneously learning of the exam techniques and application of the exam techniques is also important. So if you learn both of these things, you will be able to attempt your 100% appropriate exam of SBR. And may Allah, God willing, inshallah, you will be able to get success. I'm sorry. The third very important thing, if any of the students learn about the knowledge and learn about the exam techniques, but not able to evaluate the position, so how it's possible to get success? Progress evaluation is very much important. By the way, we will meet on a regular basis. Each week we will meet. I will give you the assigned targets. You have to cover the things according to the targets. And every week you will be able to evaluate your position. In fact, if I assign, in fact, definitely, it's not about if, it's definitely I will assign assignment to you. You have to submit the assignment one day before the next session. Means if the Sunday time, it's about 8 p.m. for example. So ideally one day before the live session, you have to submit your assignment on the WhatsApp group. Don't be shy. That's how it's possible to share my assignment on the WhatsApp group, or you can email me as well. So that particular assignment, whatever you submit to me by Saturday, I will discuss that particular question as assignment during the live session every Sunday. And in fact, if you submit the assignment, I will comment about your assignment, whatever you submit with me through the email or the WhatsApp. So that's about the assignments. And number two, that's about the mocks. I will discuss the mock schedule later part of the session. More detail about the course structure, more detail. If I'm going to discuss the more detail, that's something like this. Number one, the first very important thing. The first thing is concept building. Actually, I conduct my lectures to my students with English language and to my students with the Urdu language as well. The student who registered directly with me, husseinkazi.com, with the English language, I provided them a roadmap. I provided them a roadmap. And the student who have registered with me with the Urdu language course, that's part of e-academy. That's part of e-academy lectures. That's part of e-academy lectures. So whatever the targets I will assign to you people, you have to cover according to their own structure. If you follow husseinkazi.com, that's follow the roadmap. If you registered with e-academy, follow the portal lectures. So either the portal lectures or either the roadmap. My videos is about concept building, simultaneously practice some questions. Concept building, simultaneously concept building. Number one. Number two, but I'm sorry, concept building is not enough. I will add two more things. Number one, how the students will learn exam techniques. For exam techniques, not now, but after 3 weeks, it's about after 10th of February, I will give you another access of the course, and the course name is SBR QPC. SBR QPC, Question Practice Course. SBR QPC. That course is only about exam techniques. That's with this course, the question roadmap, SBR question practice roadmap, you have to follow this particular roadmap, and this is something is about digital revision kit. Digital revision kit. What does that mean? This course includes latest exam questions, but it's a digital manner. For example, if there's a question of the leupoid, first of all, I will tell you, or I will advise you, you have to attempt you have covered the concept. Now it's time to attempt the question with yourself. First, you will be able to attempt question, number one. Then you have to watch this video. The videos guides you each and everything about the exam technique. For example, the lecture 3 of 15 minutes, it's about what is the right way to read the question, because reading is an art. What is the right way to read the question? Then what is the right way? Another 15 to 20 minutes lecture. That is about what is the right way to attempt this part A1 IFRS 13 5 marks question. It's not only about the model answer. Model answer is about ideal answer. With these videos, the answer it's for student standard. How any of the student must have to draft the answer to get the 5 marks. So these are student caliber answers. And in fact, this videos conclude with examiner report analysis. Last 15-20 minutes is about the lecture, what examining team has marked about the previous student's answer, what the mistake the previous student has done. Now you need to aware that, don't do that mistakes. So this is all about the course. A lot of questions here. But the students, 22nd of December, that 10 weeks before the exam, this is not the right time. The right time will come after 3 weeks. I will give you the access accordingly. How you will be able to get access? Just leave this matter to me. I will give you the guidance. Don't worry. So, plus, so concept building plus exam technique plus assignments and mocks. About the assignment aspect, I've covered that point previously. I will give you 8 to 10 assignments that you have to perform and submit on a weekly basis. But mark your calendar about the mock exams. I will conduct 3 mock exams. The date is particularly mentioned and you must be religiously committed for these dates. How you will be able to get access to the mock, don't worry about that. I will discuss this point later. I will conduct first mock by name mid mock of immediate after your December 24 exam result. December 24 exam result will publish by 17th of January, I guess. I will conduct first mid mock by 25th of January. You have to attempt that mock, submit to me through email. Me and my academic team will give you the feedback about that mid mock. You don't even think about that you will avoid the mocks. Mock 2, copycat mock. I have assigned that mock, that's the name copycat mock. I will conduct that full flash mock, 100 marks, that's by 15th of January. And obviously, ACCA will publish the third mock ACCA will publish the pre-mock for March 24 examination. That's ACCA will publish by mid of February. So I will conduct an activity by 22nd of February. So that's the mock schedule. These are the mock schedules. You have to note down. In fact, I will share this Excel file to you. Don't worry about that. You just lock your calendar accordingly. So that's 2 things we have covered till now: schedule and duration. Number 2, what's the course structure? You must have to follow it. That's the point. Now, third point, what is the right way to kickstart your syllabus? If you have already started your syllabus, that's good. If you haven't started your syllabus, not yet. So these two videos will provide you the guidance, transform your mind about the SBR. The first video is about what inside the course, the syllabus, course structure, basic practice question, examiner expectation, paper structure, each and everything with this video. And second video is about transform your mind. Must have to watch this video. Transform your mind. Transform your mind. Because this particular subject name is SBR, Strategic Business Reporting. Your previous subject name was FR. You must have to aware, very important. For one very important thing. Previously, one of the subject you studied TX. The advanced is ATX. Previously, you studied the subject AAA. Advanced is Advanced Audit and Assurance. Previously, you studied the subject PM. The advanced is Advanced Performance Measurement. Previously, you studied the subject FM. The advanced name is AFM. But previously, you studied the subject FR. But this subject, it's not AFR. This is SBR. Because this subject, it's more than AFR. There are 5 components of syllabus. Advanced financial reporting, advanced standard, yes. But 4 more things. Ethics, performance measurement, current development, conceptual framework. 4 additions. If you also say that no, sir, conceptual framework is also part of FR. Okay. So advanced standard and conceptual framework, it's advanced. But 3 things, add on 3 things. Ethics, performance measurement, and current developments. So a lot of things includes with these videos. That's important. And you have to shift. That's called a paradigm shift. That's called transform your mind. It's not only about the FR. It's something about drafting. That's called, this is SBR. So with this video, very categorically, I have attempted a question where I mentioned that this is not FR, it's more than FR. Is this a very complex syllabus and very difficult to handle the SBR course? No. If you start studies with the right time, the things will you will be able to control the syllabus. The student face difficulties if you don't start the things in the right time and the right direction. So I can say that this particular video and the kickstart videos, that's all about how to develop the right direction. So that's the point. Furthermore, students, very important, very important, very important. Sir, do let us know how to invest our time. Some of the students are the full-time students, which you should not be because you are now become the finalists of ACCA. And some of the students are uh, not the full-time students. You do the job. So how to invest your time? So if I say that how to invest your time, there are two important things. The first of all, you must have to aware that how much time you need to invest. For 8 weeks course coverage and the 2 weeks question back for the 2 weeks question practice course. How much total time you need to invest? If you wanted to make a complete plan, you must have to aware that for concept building course, that's the total hours, that's approximately about 125 hours. My concept building course is about 125 hours. My question practice course is about 50 hours. So for these videos, that's you required 175 hours. I know that most of you people watch the video with the 1.25x or 1.5x. I've already adjusted this matter. So you need to invest for 175 hours for videos. You need to invest at least 20 hours for notes reading. You need to invest for assignment and self-practice. Self-practice, the key points. You have to invest 50 hours. And you need to invest for 3 mocks, that's 10 hours. So you need to invest for 255 hours, number one. And if you require 250 hours, so you can allocate your time accordingly. You have total weeks, for example, 8 weeks from now. So invest your 250 hours over 8 weeks. That means on a weekly basis, you need to invest 32 hours. 32 hours. So if you allocate your time in a manner, for example, if you're not a full-time student and you have a spare time or study time for Saturday, Sunday, that includes all the videos, you're reading, all these things. Saturday and Sunday, if you invest 8 hours a day, multiply by 2 days, that's you can invest 16. And for example, you total invest 6 days a week. 1 day is off. 1 day is just to relax. So 2 days, 16 hours, remaining 4 days, you have to invest 4 hours a day. That means 32 hours minus 16 divided by 4, that's 4 hours per day. So your formula for the studies, weekdays, 4 hours per day, and have to invest 4 days, and weekend, 8 hours per day. That's 2 days. So you will be able to get success. That is about how to invest your time. What I personally suggest, the videos you have already, you just go and start your studies accordingly. Number 2, very important. Sir, this is the first kickstart point now. Okay. What's the agenda? Or what's the target for the next week? Students, the very important point, we will meet on a regular basis, each week, Sunday at this particular time. That's 6 p.m. or 6:15 p.m. For next Sunday, you have a target to cover these 5 points. These 5 points, not the 6 points. Ignore this one. The 5 points. Number one, IAS 37 premium recording or recording. You have to cover IAS 37. You have to cover IAS 19. You have to cover the prior knowledge standard, IAS 16, 36, 38, IFRS 5. You have to cover IFRS 13 and 16, and you have to cover IFRS 8 and IAS 24. These are the targets to cover. Plus, I will assign a particular question, a practice question. I will share on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp. So you have to invest your time in this manner. So next week target is available. Don't worry about that. You will get this file. This file will be maintained over the time. That's the point. Further, students, very important thing. A very first day, I'm disclosing a very important point. You don't need to read book. My notes are good enough to cover all the things. My course is good enough, complete material good enough to complete the course, to cover the course. Number two, you don't need to cover the revision cut. So what you are saying, yes, this is SBR question grid for 75 marks. There are 4 questions. Section B, 25 marks, 2 questions. Section A, question number 2, 20 marks question. So this grid is about, this grid is about 70 marks. And the another grid is about 30 marks. These questions are your SBR questions that you need to cover in a manner, whatever I'm saying or whatever I'm advising. That's important. So this is your revision cut. In fact, so from where we will be able to get this question. Don't worry about that. As the course move on, you will automatically become know that how to access these questions. And my course includes almost 50-60% questions of this grid, and these are the past paper questions. That's important. So these grid of questions, over the period of time, the questions will expose, but I will tell you how to attempt or how to cover these questions. As my lectures, video lectures goes on, you will be able to find these questions accordingly. Don't worry about that. So this is what about the basic course structure, directions, all these things. Plus you need to watch my orientation session and the transform your mind particular lecture. That's important. So students, about today's session, this is all from my side, but considering the agenda point, all the points cover except the point number 5, your questions. I've covered schedule duration, I've covered course structure, I've covered kickstart SBR course, I've covered how to invest time, and in fact I've also covered the question grids and the things accordingly. Now the last point, whatever the questions you have, you can ask me. Yes, now the time is start about your questions. Question number 1. One of the students asked, what is question practice course? As I have already told you with this session, a brief points about the QPC, a question practice course, that is about the digital revision kit. The course, the digital revision kit course, that QPC course is only about how to manage the exam questions. But this course is become relevant once you covered some knowledge part. So first you need to start the knowledge part, then move on accordingly. Then I will give you the access of the question practice course. And I will tell you on a week basis that how to cover these things accordingly. That's the first point. Number two, another question asked by Faizan, is this clear to you? Okay, another question by Raheen. Sir, with the Urdu lectures, that e-academy lectures are not named, but they are mentioned with the lecture-wise lecture number 1 and 2. Don't worry about that. Whatever the targets I am assigning to you, you will be able to find the thing in the same sequence. Just start the things accordingly. ICE 37, you will start uh, the video lectures. So first that's ICE 37, then 19, then I have assigned you the prior knowledge standards, then 13, then 16. The sequence is same. Don't worry about that. The sequence same. So I will assign you the targets on the same manner. If there are some glitches, I will let you know. Okay. There is a third question. Is there are any syllabus changes in SBR? Lectures June attempt. If the lectures having the June attempt, that's how to incorporate the changes. The very important thing, um, my e-academy lectures is updated with the December 24 lectures. So that's completely updated. Number two, whatever the lectures here, I'm available here. All the updates I will incorporate accordingly. By the way, there is only one update from June 24. There, I'm sorry. ACCA regularly updates syllabus from from June till next June. So previously the ACCA change or incorporate a change from June 24. Nothing will incorporate till the June 25. So with the June 24 lectures, all the things are updated. The new development is about IFRS S1 and S2, and about IFRS S1 and S2, I will give you the spatial guidance accordingly. Don't worry about that during the lectures and during these live session accordingly. But this is not the right time. In simple words, all the things will update accordingly. Don't worry. Yes, another question. It's another question. The question is that how can someone working 5 days combine SBR and AAA? Uh, Olyanka, actually, I don't know exactly how much time you need to invest for AAA. But I must say here, um, for SBR, you need to invest these hours. So what you should do ideally, sit down, relax, and first of all, you must have to calculate the hours you have already invested with SBR if you have registered before. And just for example, if you covered 20 hours syllabus, so out of 255 minus 20 hours first, and then the second point, calculate the AAA allocated hours as well, and combine these hours and allocate your schedule accordingly. Olyanka, if you require any more guidance, For this aspect, you can coordinate me after the class. No worries about that. We will discuss the things accordingly. Otherwise, you need to work out with this structure. Okay. Another question asked by Shamim. Do we need to use practice platform available on ACCA Hub practice purpose, or we have any practice platform on e-academy as well? Listen carefully. As the course will go on, and you will be able to find some question that I conducted with the CB platform. Plus, my question practice course also includes to practice with the question practice course. And with this live session, some of the question we will cover with the question practice course as well. By the way, for SBR, handling the question with the CB platform, it's not the big challenge, but I strongly suggest always do the practice as much as with the CB platform. Is this clear, Shamim? Shamim, I'm waiting for your reply. Okay. Olyanka, I'm also waiting for your reply. Amin has a question. Is it possible to SBR with AAA? If you are full-time student, that's you have ample of hours to cover the things accordingly. And this is what about the total hours you need for SBR. Also, you need to calculate the AAA hours and calculate the hours and allocate according to the schedule. If it's doable and realistic for you, go for that. I mean, I cannot say anything about that associate teachers available for career support. I cannot comment for this. Okay, you are saying AA. So do this thing. If you're a full-time student, you can do that. You should, in fact, if you're a full-time student, you should do that. But the very first thing is that if you wanted to roll your wheel, so first of all, you have to prepare your homework, means develop your direction, how to move the wheel. So first thing is that develop your direction, jot down the hours, jot down the time and allocate the time and work out accordingly. And all the students must have to aware very important thing. Motivation, it's very much important, but only with motivation you will not be able to get success. With motivation you require discipline. You just calculate the numbers, do the paperwork, but you are not working or not disciplined to do the things accordingly, not able to pass. So motivation, commitment plus discipline, that's important. Anyone want to change any course structure, you can ask me accordingly. Don't worry about that. You can coordinate me personally on the WhatsApp. Any of the students who understand the Urdu, I recommend normally the Urdu course. But if any of the students don't understand the Urdu, go for my English lectures. Don't worry. With both supports are available. Two different groups exist for the separate group for Urdu, separate group for the English. Okay, Shantam, you can coordinate me accordingly. Don't worry. But all the live sessions will be conducted with the English language. Yes, Faizan, don't worry about that. Whatever the assignment I will share, the protocol is that whatever the assignment I will share, I will share, you have to submit 1 day before the live session, means by Saturday. Okay, but if you submit by Saturday, with the Sunday live session, I will debrief that particular assignment, plus any of the student who submit the assignment to me, I will comment on that particular assignment. Is this clear, Faizan? And for the mock exam, you need to submit individually through the email. I will share you the protocol. Me and my academic team will give you the individual feedbacks. That's the point. Yes, any more question you wanted to ask? Yes, there's another question. I wanted to know whether F7 syllabus will also be included in SBR. Is yes, whether those topics will be covered fully or just revision of topics of your videos. As I have cleared F7 last year, it's been a while since I've studied those topics, so wanted to know whether your videos will be enough for those F7 topics. So about the F7 topics, you can first of all, the very important thing, where the F7 related accounting standard requires very deep review. I've already recorded the lectures with a deep review. For example, any of the student who have already registered here knows very well that I always start my lectures with IS 37, and IS 37 is about the prior knowledge. If any of the student have already covered the F7, IS 37 SBR, you can second me that how much depth I have covered accordingly. Is that the complete depth that I've covered or not? You can, any of the students who've already registered me, can you please reply me? Number one. Number two, but some of the accounting standards, for example, IS 16, all the students must have to aware. IS 16, IS 36. If any of the student needs to know that, sir, very depths be required. Actually, student is, examiners not much concerned about these basic standards. Just ask the basic. If you just going to review IS 16, 36, 20 in a very deep manner, you will not be able to focus the SBR. But where you require a very depth level, for example, IS 37, for example, the leases matters. The knowledge of leases related to the lessee accounting. Yes, obviously, the depth exists. But some of the standards just require go through. So that's my answer. If you have any confusion, you can ask me accordingly. So students, from my side, today's lecture is over, and I hope that I've covered a lot of questions as well. If you wanted to ask any more question, you can ask me on the WhatsApp. Okay? Any more question? So thank you very much. Take care a lot. And we will meet next Sunday, immediate after Maghrib prayers. That's 6:15 p.m. Number one. Number two, you have to follow this particular instructions. That's your target is to cover these standards. First thing. Number two, I will share one particular assignment to you. Ideally you have to submit me by Saturday. I will share the assignment by Tuesday morning. Thank you very much. Take care a lot. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz.